What's going on, guys? It's Luke here. Going to run through this trade recap for two trades today that we took on ES. We took a loss, and then we ended up taking a nice win to make that back and ending the day in some nice profit. Super fortunate to be able to cut that second trade to end the day in profit and pretty much just take my take profit. So super happy about that. Let's start on the daily and work our way down from there. So on ES, as you can see, the previous day's candle closed strong bullish, and today's candle had already retraced and it was respecting the upper half of that candle. So I want to see a continuation eventually up to that previous day high. Then we go down to the 4 hour, and going back on the replay tool, we could see that the 4 hour was maintaining within these 4 hour imbalances right here. So we were respecting this 4 hour FVG and this 4 hour FVG, they were kind of stacked up. We were bouncing off that. So I want to see a continuation up. Now we went down to the hourly chart, and let's put the candles back so you could see what it was looking like. As you can see right here, ES ended up sweeping out this low. And then if you look over at NQ actually off those same lows made a higher low. So this was, I was kind of looking at as an SMT. And in terms of draws and liquidity for sell side, I had marked out this London low and then these hourly lows down here. In terms of buy side, I'd marked out the pre-market high, this hourly high, and then this hourly FVG. And now, personally, what I wanted to see was eventually for price to run up and take out all of these failure swings right here. Because if you look at this, this is basically like a trend line liquidity. And when you have an imbalance resting above this trend line liquidity and these stacked highs, price is usually going to just move super aggressively through this. It's going to take these out and then fill the imbalance. And then that was pretty much my thought process going in. I'm thinking that if we get some type of entry, if we get a sweep and a continuation, or if we get a pullback and a continuation, I want to be looking for longs to target through all of this low resistance buy side liquidity into this imbalance. So let's get into what happened here on my first trade. So this was my first trade where I ended up getting into right here. So after market opened, it came up and swept out this pre-market high, and it invalidated this bearish FEG off of this candle close right here. Then it came back in and retested it. So from here, I'm seeing, okay, we swept out the pre-market high. I have a bullish bias. I want to see how those low resistance buy side highs, the higher time frame highs, all get run through up into that FEG. 5 minute just invalidated a bearish FEG, came back in and inversed it. So for me at this point, I'm looking for entries, and this was my entry right here. I entered off of this 1 minute break of structure. I put my stop below the 5 minute inverse fair value gap, and I just targeted up to these highs, up to the start of the fair value gap, which is 1.83R. Only mistake of this trade, even though it was a good trade, was that it was taken at like 9:39, which obviously is pre-macro, which I don't like to do. But I seen the opportunity, and I seen like the day before how fast price had moved, especially in the pre-macro time. So I just was like, whatever, I'm going to go in with this with a little bit lower risk than usual. And if we click forward, we ended up getting stopped out of that pretty quickly. So not a bad trade, just the timing wasn't right. So this is where we ended up getting the re-entry, okay? So what ended up happening is, as you can see, the 5 minute pulled back and it was still respecting this inverse fair value gap. So it was still within it. On top of that, price wicked down and ended up respecting within this 5 minute bullish FVG right here. And the main thought process here was that, okay, we're respecting bullish order flow. We invalidated this bearish FVG. We came back in and retested it. Now we're respecting a bullish FVG. On top of that, we just put in a 5 minute SMT. So as you can see, ES failed to sweep out this pre-open low. And if you look at NQ swept out that low. So ES is our leading index. ES is stronger bullish. It's respecting bullish continuation confluence. We have all of these higher time frame highs leading into this imbalance. Like I'm going for longs, right? So at this point, I just waited for an entry, and I'm just going to click forward and show you guys where my entry was. I ended up entering just a little bit above this candle right here. And the reason was because we had a bearish 1 minute fair value gap right here. We pushed down, and then we end up pushing and closing above it as like an invalidation. So that was my entry off of that 1 minute candle right there. I put my stops below the lower 5 minute fair value gap down here. And basically all I did was target one take profit at the start of this hourly imbalance, which gave us about 1.79R. And we had this high right here to target, this high right here to target, and then we had an hourly high, as you can see over here, leading into that imbalance. And if I click off, obviously we ended up hitting take profit pretty smoothly. We had a bit of a pullback, then we ended up putting in an equal high right here, pulling back, and then we just ended up running, tagging take profit, then it came back out, down right to our entry. It came back up and it's kind of just chopping around, but it's coming back to the upside now. So bias ended up playing out. Again, just to recap, we had that higher time frame SMT. The hourly swept out the pre-market high. I was looking for continuations based on the lower time frame order flow. The loss was, again, based off this inverse fair value gap. Just the only problem with this trade was that it was pre-macro, so I could have expected the manipulation. But the good entry was based on us holding this 5-minute FEG, holding this inverse fair value gap. Order flow is bullish. We have a 5-minute SMT. And then we just literally entered off a simple 1-minute bullish close above this bearish fair value gap, targeting one take profit at that hourly fair value gap. We end up catching 1.79R after taking the first loss, so ended the day in some nice profit. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tomorrow we got FOMC, so I'll be on the charts. I doubt I'll be trading pre-FOMC. It's not a good day to trade, so I'll probably just be avoiding that, but I'll be watching price. Thursday, there's a U.S. bank holiday, so I won't be trading Thursday, but we'll be back at it Friday. I'll probably be uploading that continuation model video on like Thursday or tomorrow or something like that. If not, the weekend. It's all done. I just got to figure out what day I want to upload it. But that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until the next one, give me a like, subscribe, comment on the video, follow me on Twitter. Link in the description if you guys want to support the channel. Until the next video, I'll see you guys then. Peace.